What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the We Run on Coffee podcast. I'm Arika,
And I'm Marissa.
and today it's my birthday episode.
Yay! Happy
Yay!
birthday!
Thanks. Yes, I'm turning 27 this year, you guys, and my birthday was actually yesterday. If you're listening to
Hmm.
this on the day it came out, my birthday's November 18th. Um, and it's been quite the year. So we're having a birthday episode as we always do, but we're just gonna catch up with I'm gonna catch up with Marissa and we're gonna catch up with you guys because we haven't talked in a while. So we have like a lot to say, honestly.
hmm
Um,
I mean, I just looked to make sure that I didn't have anything else to say, and I really don't, but
see,
I'm excited to listen to you.
yes, I have a lot to say, guys. So buckle up. Um, before we get into it, let's just start with our usual. What are you drinking for this episode?
So, if you listen to last week's episode, you know I was drinking electrolytes, which is not my normal. Normally, I start every day with like a coffee or an energy drink or
Yeah,
something, but I partied last night.
gotta
I went to a
hydrate.
Halloween party and we had some drinks, and I needed to make sure that I replenished my electrolytes because I was not
Love it.
hydrating properly last night. So, I made my coffee now.
Ooh, it looks
I made
nice.
maple brown sugar coffee
Yum, it looks
and
so good.
very yummy. And I forgot to show you this in the last episode, but I got another water bottle. And
Ooh,
look at how
ooh, that's
beautiful
cute.
it is.
It's so you, the yellow.
I know Kyle said that he saw a coworker with it and he was like,
Oh,
if you find another one of those, buy me one. I want to give it to Marissa. And I was like,
oh, that's
that's the
so
cutest thing
nice.
ever. So I have my
I
cute
love
little
it.
yellow Owala now.
Yeah, it really looks like you. Now,
Hmm.
Lauren, we were hanging out with Lauren and Grace the other day, and she had her Owala sitting on a bench, and she opens that little like the thing where you can hold it, and
Hmm.
she like leaves it open. Yeah, that, and then she
Hmm.
hooks her keys to it, and they hang. So that
Yeah,
just has that her keys in her water bottle, but it was sitting on a
smart.
bench, and the wind blew something behind it and knocked it down, and the whole hook broke off. It was so sad.
Oh.
And then 2 minutes later, she's on Amazon showing me you can just buy a lid. I didn't realize that. Really
Oh,
just buy a
yeah.
lid
I
to
think I
replace
knew
it.
that.
And so she got to like pick out new colors and now it like gave it a whole new vibe. I was like, wait, that's so cool. I love it.
Hmm. I
Um,
like it.
what was the drink of choice last night? I meant to ask you.
So we made well I wasn't even at my house. We went to somebody else's house and they were
Yeah,
like, Marissa, will you make the cocktail? So I did.
nice.
We made a little shooter
Ooh.
situation, which was vodka and it was apple schnapps, like the sour apple
Mhm.
schnapps, and then some pineapple juice. And that was really yummy. And
Nice.
then we made another one that was rum, apple cider, and a little bit of club soda to make it like sparkling.
Nice. Love it. I am drinking something fall themed as well. Speaking of apple, I am again drinking apple cider. No wine glass
Yay.
today. We just got a normal little mug. Angela and I found these mugs at Goodwill while I was like thrifting for mugs for my projects. And there were just these two little brown ones. It's never comes across well on camera, but they're really cute. So we got matching. But yeah, it's cold. I did not heat it up.
I have my cold coffee, but I'm a little chilly and I wish that
Yeah.
I made it warm because I'm cold now.
Yeah, it is cold. My feet are cold. My toes are always
Hmm.
cold.
I know
Um,
I'm wrapped up in a blanket. You can't tell, but
oh,
it's here.
love.
I'm wrapped
That's
up
what
in
I
my
should have done.
blanket.
I'm wearing my favorite new sweat set, you guys. I can't really show you, but I have this, and then the pants are like really long, wide leg at the bottom, and it's from Sam's Club, and it is the
Oh,
coziest set of my life. I wore it. This is embarrassing for like 3 days in a row. I just wore it every day.
no,
I was like,
not
I can't.
embarrassing.
I'm
That's
like, you can't
good.
take it off. Like it's too cozy, you know? It's one of those.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh, I love that.
let's get into it. I literally wrote so much because I didn't know you guys. We always do like a I don't know, a theme for our birthday episode or we'll bring something fun. And this time I was like, I have no energy to bring anything other than a brain dump. Literally, so
Yeah.
many things swirl in my head. I'm like, I wrote them down. I made AI organize it for me because it was a freaking mess. And that's how we got here to this here
Mhm.
27th birthday episode. So we're going to do something a little different. No structured topic. We're just catching up on life. We're going to get real. I'm going to share my health journey with you guys. You know, we've been talking about the endometriosis. Oh, oh, am I okay? The endometriosis episode. Holy crap. I'm gonna give an update on that. And then I'm gonna also share some things that have been keeping me sane through my chaotic past few months, which are just like recommendations or like things I've been loving kind of segment, just because there's a few things that I've just really been enjoying. So anyway, Marissa and I have not talked in 8 weeks. I had to count on the calendar. I was like, holy shit, that's a long time. So buckle up because my list is pretty damn big for once. I'm surprised, honestly. So deep breath. I'm gonna start. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
So first of all, I just realized that's a wedding update. I'm gonna save that. Okay. First of all, a few weeks ago, we went to the apple orchard with Kyle and Marissa. I was like, wait, we haven't even talked about this. But Kyle and
I
Marissa
mean,
were
I don't know
down.
if it's really eventful enough to like have a whole
It's not
debrief.
huge. Yeah, it was very casual, but yeah, we went with Kyle and Marissa and then our, just our family because me and Marissa are
Well,
family.
okay. And also, Eric is saying we went to the apple orchard. That was
We went to the
originally the plan.
apple
We went to
market.
a market.
Yeah. We intended to go to the apple orchard, but we didn't realize that orchard and the market are like two separate entities.
Yeah.
Like they're not even next to each other. You have to like drive between them. So that's kind
Yeah.
of
And
weird.
then it was like really hot that day for no reason, and nobody wanted to walk around. And I was like, that's fair enough. I didn't want to walk around either. It
Yeah.
was like
No, it
warm
was hot.
that day.
And it was like there were only two varieties of apples you could even pick. And a lot of us
Yeah.
were buying a type of apple that you couldn't pick that day anyway. So like we had to
Hmm.
get them from there. Yeah, it was a whole thing. But it was fun
Yeah.
because Kyle and Marissa were here and we got to see them. We got to see Scarlett in real life for the first time.
Yes.
I've now seen her twice in real life, so that's pretty crazy. Yeah, so that was fun. And then along with that, we've been doing a lot of Friday night football games for Marissa's brother-in-law. That sounds weird to call him that, but that's what he is. But he's a senior in high school, so we were able to watch him at one of his football games and then also at his senior night football game. So actually it was homecoming and senior night, I think, that we watched him at. So yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
They had a playoff game last night. I didn't check the
Ooh.
score to see how it went, but Kyle's brother's a little hurt right now, so he
Oh,
was
really?
just playing like one position because he hurt his knee
Oh,
a little
dang.
bit. Yeah,
That
so
sucks.
I think it's probably not this end of the season that he wanted, but
Right. I know
it's
senior
okay.
season, it's like kind of sad. But yeah, we went and Natalie and Kaden were there and Murphy both times. And then the second time though, the senior night, we had a big ass group. We had Natalie and Kaden, Uncle Rob and Aunt Leanne and their kids, um, Julie and Angelo and his siblings, obviously Aunt Diana, if I didn't just say that. Um, Connor and Sarah were there, Nat and Kyle were there. Like
Everybody.
just everybody was there. So that was really cool to go out for senior night. And we got like a big picture. So anyways, Friday night football games, that's been fun. Um, helped Grace and Lauren move. This is exciting. They just moved out of their first apartment together and into a house. So that's really
Yay.
exciting. They are just renting it, but they got a nice house. It's 3 bedrooms. It's has like a basement. It's really gorgeous. It's like a really pretty house. They have like huge ass kitchen with like a big island, and it's just like
Hmm.
modern and pretty. And I'm definitely jealous. I was telling Angela the
Hmm.
whole moving day. I was like, I am so jealous. I wish this was me moving right now because it's really
Sad.
nice. Yeah, sad. And okay. I said lots of times with my parents and siblings. I've just been seeing my mom and my siblings a lot, and then also my dad and my siblings. So that's been cool. And gym journey. This one's
Hmm.
crazy. Uh, I'm trying to remember what really sparked this. I don't know. I mean, I've been saying forever that I need to go to the gym. I need to be lifting weights and be stronger. Obviously, break my bones, got to get my bones stronger, all that stuff. But I'm all talk because I don't want to do it. And especially it's like gym intimidation for sure. Like I just don't know what I'm doing, so I don't feel like I want to go do it because I don't know what I'm doing. Angela's done like maybe 3 or 4 of the gym weightlifting like training track things on the Garmin watch that it helps you set up. So he was like, just let me set one up for you and I'll teach you, I'll do it all with you. So we set one up
Hmm.
all custom. He customized the whole thing. And I just go once a week for now because I said if we do any more than that, I know I'm gonna quit. So I'm like, I just need to start slow. But once a week we go to the gym and my watch has the like training thing on it. So it'll be like, do 5 reps of this with this weight.
Hmm.
And but I don't even think about it. I just show it to Angelo and then he brings me to where I need to go, sits me there, tells me what weights to use, tells me how to do it, and then I count my like reps or whatever and he watches my form and then he tells me if I'm doing something wrong or if I'm going to get hurt. And it's been really good. Today's my third
Yay.
day. Haven't gone. I have to go today. It's not ideal to go on Saturday to our like community gym because it's busy. And it's just more fun when you can be alone and like put on your music on the speaker and stuff. Um,
Yeah, especially because you're doing it as like a learning opportunity. It's not
yes.
like, I mean, not that you probably care that other people watch like Angelo teach you how to
Right.
do it because like maybe he's giving good advice that they can take too. But like,
Yeah.
it's just easier if you are doing it as like a community thing. Like
No,
you
for
need to be able
sure.
to talk and stuff.
Yes, and last time it was really awkward because this one guy kept staring at me like the whole time, and Angela was like, "I've seen that guy before," and he's like, just kind of annoying, like a gym
Yeah.
bro kind of attitude, just like obviously
So he's
judging
probably he's
us.
honestly probably just like, oh, what are they doing? But
Yeah.
it like seems weird.
It's so weird. Yeah. So there's a bunch of people and a bunch of dynamics of the gym. So I'm like, I try to go when I have like every other Friday off work, try to go on Friday morning. Nobody's there, which is really nice. So that's ideal.
Mhm.
But when I have to work on Friday, I'm like, I don't have any other options. So going in the afternoon today, we'll see. Good luck to me. But, anyways, yeah, I'm on my gym journey. It's my third week lifting weights. It's going good. The first day, I could not walk. Like, literally leaving the gym, I was like, oh my God, like immediately rough. So, yeah. Anyways, gym journey. And now a
Are you
move.
finding any more enjoyment in it?
Yeah. Well,
That seemed so hesitant. Don't
no,
lie.
I don't hate it as much as I hated cycling when I tried cycling for the first time and I came on here and
Oh
I was
my
like, guys,
God.
this was really hard for me. Um, it's good because Angelo's not pushing me too hard in a good way where I would like it's touchy with me in the gym. I'm like, if you push me just even a little too hard, I'm gonna like cry or quit. It's just I don't know, it's tough. So he's been really good about the first week I did like with the bar. I did squats with the bar and I did something else with the bar, like over my head. And I was having a really hard time. My arms were falling asleep. I have like this, I don't know, nerve issue in my elbow that I've had since high school where my arms fall asleep really fast and really easy. But I was just struggling so hard. And so then the next week, and the first time I did cry, and then the next week we went back, and Angela's like, all right, we're not doing any of the stuff we did the first week. We're going to work out the same
Yeah,
muscles, but we're going to try a different way. So then we did like dumbbells that I'm like going like this behind my head instead of doing, I don't know, whatever else I was doing. So he's modifying it and he's not pushing me too hard. He's like modifying it for me. So I actually feel good. Like I don't feel like I'm going to
that's
quit.
good.
Um, is it fun yet? No, not yet. Because I think I mean, I've only gone 2 times. So I'm really still learning how to do it. But I think I'm going to get better at it and probably stick with it, especially if we make like a home gym. I think it'd be easier in our next house. Like if we have our own space that I know people aren't and we could just put music really loud and just really do it. I think I'll be, good with that. But yeah, it's not fun yet, but I also am not quitting. So that's good.
Yeah.
It's a good sign.
Well, I mean, I did say like earlier this year, I'm finding a lot less enjoyment in just lifting weights. Like
Yeah.
I try and do things like I don't know, I've really restructured the way that I work out this year
Yeah.
and I'm happy with it. Like it's not
That's
anything
good.
that I'm upset about. It's just very interesting because I did used to be the person that was like, I'm gonna see how heavy like I can
Yeah.
lift the weights. I want to get really, really strong. And like I do want to get really, really strong. Like that's
Yeah.
still like the overall goal, but I'm doing it in different ways now.
That just reminded me. So I don't think you watch Dancing with the Stars, do you?
Mm-mm.
I am watching Dancing with the Stars right now, and I know you've said this before, and I know I was just like, okay, like I believed you, but I didn't understand. I watched Jordan Childs dance, and I'm like, oh, Marissa is built like a gymnast. I can see it. I'm like,
Yeah.
you and Jordan Childs have the same like body. I'm like,
Mhm.
whoa. And I told that to Grace too. She's like, dude, I know. I literally thought of Marissa when I watched her dance because she's so petite but so strong and built. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I see it.
And I mean, Jordan Charles is obviously way stronger than
Olympic,
me,
right?
but
Yeah. Fair
but we
enough.
do have like
But
the
you have the
same
same build.
build. Like
Yeah,
our
I was
shoulders
shook.
are wide, our calves are. I have a funny story. My costume last night, I was Daphne from
Yes.
Scooby-Doo, and I was borrowing a pair of somebody's shoes to wear with the costume because I didn't have any shoes that went, and they were a pair of
Yeah.
go-go boots. My calves were too big to zip the
Yeah,
boots.
that's tough. Yep.
So
More
if you look
more muscle.
really, really closely at the photos that I posted on
They're just
Instagram, you'll
unzipped.
notice that like the first like the like top 3 inches of
Yeah,
the boots were zipped because I couldn't get them
that's funny.
closed.
Yeah. I know we've talked about this before because Marissa did gymnastics growing up and she's like, I have a gymnast build. And I was just like, okay. But I never knew what that meant. I saw this, I was like, oh, that's what she meant.
Yeah, like
So
you think
it
like
tracks.
it makes us look like we have an hourglass figure and like sure maybe we do, but like it's
Hmm.
just because the biggest parts of our body are so big, like the wide
Muscular.
shoulders,
Yeah.
the wide hips, like it just makes the hourglass look a bit more
Right.
like crazy because of our muscle tone.
Yeah, I was shook. I was like, wait, that's Marissa dancing right now. Um, yeah, so that's
Well,
okay.
I would
That's
love to be compared to
no,
Jordan Childs
literally,
because she's so beautiful.
I know, right? She is, and she's so strong. She just out there flipping like nobody's business. I'm like,
I know.
okay, like any of us could ever do anything close to that, please. Yeah, so that's all my regularly scheduled programming updates. Now I have wedding
Oh my
updates.
gosh.
Because I've been keeping you guys abreast on my wedding journey, so I'll continue. First of all, we got our engagement photos back. They're so good. I
Yay.
have to shout out to Hannah because Aunt Diane was texting me. I've shouted her out before, but Hannah is Aunt Diane's friend from work who works with her. I was going to say where she works. That would be stupid. I'm not going to do that. But she did text me and said, my tech Hannah is eagerly awaiting your engagement photos. She's been asking me if you got them back yet. And I was like, that's so cute and so sweet. So shout out to you. Thanks for, being invested. That's cool. So yes, I did get my engagement photos back and I will post them on the Instagram because they are so adorable. I haven't really posted them at all. I'm just using
Mm-mm.
them for like our save the dates and things like that. So I haven't shared them because I'm like, I want people to get it in the mail and be like, oh my gosh, these are
Well, you
awesome.
also didn't even like post when you got engaged. So
True. I
like,
haven't been posting. I'm not on my posting like journey right now. I haven't been posting much at all. Seriously. I even didn't post my wedding dress. Like I said yes to the dress thing.
mhm.
Nothing. I'm failing, guys. You'll see why. Um, we
She
had
said
our
we'll get there.
we'll
That's a
get
part of the
there.
catch up.
Yes, we had our pre-Cana day that I was telling you guys about a long time ago. But we're getting married in the Catholic Church, and you have to do this 1 day conference. I was telling you guys about this in a few episodes ago, but it's like an 8 hour day where you go and you go to this conference, they feed you lunch, and you just work on a curriculum. I didn't know what it was going to be. And I was so nervous for this because, excuse me, I
Because
just
you were
burped.
unprepared,
I
kind
was,
of.
I didn't know what to expect. And then also, I was like, do I know enough about Christianity? Do I know enough about Catholicism? Like, am I going to be embarrassed? Whatever. It was so good. I was shook. I was so
Good.
pleasantly surprised. We had the best day. It was so fun. You just go in. The guy who's like, I don't think he's a pastor, but he's like, I don't know. He just, the guy that works at the church, he leads this program. He was so nice. He was super funny, like tons of jokes. I was like, okay, this is way more chill. Everyone in there was like young couples getting married, probably like anywhere from 20s to like mid 30s. And then there was a few older couples too. But it was just really nice. There's probably like, I don't know, 100 people. Is way bigger than I
Oh,
thought.
wow.
Yeah, you'd be at round tables of like 8 people, so like 4 couples at each table, and you just listen to the guy give like little lessons, like reads from the Bible. You go eat lunch, which it said they provided lunch, then we had to buy lunch, so that's my qualm. But we got a really good lunch,
Ooh.
so we got brassica. It was really good. Yeah, it was amazing. The brisket, oh my God, so good.
I've
And
only had
yeah,
it once and I remember it so vividly.
dude,
It was so
it's
good.
so good. Like, I don't know. I only had it once, and the first time I had it, I wasn't there yet on the belief of like this is the best food ever. But it's because I got
Hmm.
too many toppings and I got the wrong toppings. Second time I went, changed my life. I
Yeah, I
could eat
mean,
there all the
it's
time.
just like kava. So if you're an East Coaster, you know what
Yeah,
kava is. Brassica is the same thing, but the
so good.
Midwestern or only
It's
Columbus chain.
Yeah, it's only in Columbus, and I forget. Wait, I'm gonna look it up really fast. It's called a certain kind of food, but I can't remember. It's like very specific.
It's
Uh,
Mediterranean for sure, but like maybe more specific
it
to
is.
area.
Yeah, it is. What did they say? Yeah, traditional Mediterranean flavor, but like literally on the sign it says, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to be wrong.
Oh,
But you know how it'd be like Yemeni food or whatever. It
yeah.
literally says on the sign. Hold on, I must find this or I'm going to be really thinking about it. Because when I read it, I was like, oh, is that what it is? It's so good. And I was surprised. Oh, here it is. Oh, it doesn't say. Okay. Anyways, whatever. It is Mediterranean. It's something very specific and it's freaking fire. And the brisket to die for. Like the brisket is the best food that they have, in my opinion.
I've only like I said, I've only been once
Yeah.
and I don't even know if the things are on the menu that they used to have because I went like
Right.
while I was in high school. So
Yeah.
like
It also their falafel's really good. I'm not even like
I got
someone.
falafel.
Did
That's
you?
what yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
love
someone who would
falafel though.
normally like choose falafel. I'm not against it, but I wouldn't just be like, "Ooh, falafel sounds so good." I don't know why, but now that I've had theirs, I'm like, "Oh, no other falafel will compare." And theirs is so good. Like
Hmm.
the spices are right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love Brasco.
I love falafel so much. It's one of
Dude.
my favorite foods, I think.
Wow. No, it's really good. And they always, when you get it at Brassica, they always make it fresh because they don't just have it sitting there. It's like when you order it, it's like they make it and give it to you. And then if someone else
Mm,
orders it, they make it special. I think they might not get it ordered as much. Oh my God.
yeah.
But it's always fresh and good. So yeah, we ate Brassica for lunch and then we finished this pre-Cana day thing and it was really cool. And I have another story to share about it. So remind me later when we get to the endo section because it's very cool. But
Oh, okay.
last three updates for the wedding. We did a tasting with a caterer and we booked our caterer.
Yay!
Woohoo! I'm
What kind
so
of food am I
excited.
allowed to ask?
Yeah, sure. It's Italian. Surprise, surprise.
Yum.
Yeah, we went with this caterer that I'd been searching so much, and catering prices can be so outrageous. And I even
They
got a
can be
quote.
so cheap, like so incredibly cheap that you're like,
Yep.
wow, how can you give me that much food for this amount of money? Or it's like, wow, how is this $10,000?
No, literally. I got a quote from this one company. It was like $8,000 and gives you basically nothing. I was just like, where's the $8,000 going? Then I
Yeah.
found this place, and the original quote I got was like around $6,000. And not only does it include a buffet with two menu items or entrees, three sides, rolls, salad, homemade dressings, water, coffee station, and tablecloths, napkins, plates,
Oh,
silverware,
that's good.
cups, I mean, like everything. And I was like, how is that 6 grand? But the other place was 8 grand and they barely gave me food.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was crazy. But we found this place, and then I was on their website realizing it's in like a smaller family owned situation and in our city. So I'm like, wait, this is an Italian family. Surely Angela's dad knows them because he just seems
Yeah.
to know everybody, right? And so we call him and we're like, "Hey, do you know this catering company?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, the so and so family owns that." We were like, "You would know." So he definitely knew the family that owns them, which was perfect. And so we brought AJ, Angela's dad, my mom, and then my cousin Pam and her daughter Madeline, and me and Angela, and we all went and did a tasting. Actually, I should show you guys the food that we tried. We got to taste
While you
so
look up
much.
while you look up the food, when we were first like, before we had to change our wedding date and everything, we were
Yeah,
going through trying to find a place that we wanted to get food. And we knew we wanted barbecue style food no matter what,
yeah.
because we were going to like get married in a barn. And we found a place in I think it was in Mount Vernon because we were originally going to get married in Marengo,
Hmm.
and like those towns are pretty close to each other if you know anything about Ohio geography.
Yeah.
And so we went, and they quoted us for 120 people, only $2,500 for two
Wow.
meats, like three sides.
Yeah.
And I was like, heck yeah. So we ended up booking them, and then we had to change our whole wedding plans. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, the new venue comes with food and
True.
it is barbecue. So I was like, sorry, but we have to cancel you entirely.
Yeah. That sucks. Yeah, it was pretty cool because they do the tasting for free, so you literally don't have to pay anything
Mhm.
except tip your server.
Yeah, we
But
didn't know that either. We went in and I was
yeah,
like, "Oh, like we're interested in using you as like a wedding caterer. Like, do you have a spread that like we can buy?" And they were like, "Yeah, sit down, we'll bring you out the whole tray." And it was like the most massive tray
yes.
of all of their foods. And I was like, "Oh, like how much?" And they're like, "This is just a tasting." And I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God,
No, it's
thank you."
amazing. You're literally so full. You're like, oh my gosh. That's kind of like one of the fun parts that I feel like people don't talk about as much. Is like you get to do the tasting and it's free. So I'll
Yeah.
show you guys this picture. This was our spread.
Oh, that's
So
delicious.
we've
We definitely
got,
had small portions of everything, but that's like a full
yeah,
portion of everything.
ours was like eight, you could invite 8 people and you could pick 6 entrees. I think 6 entrees and 8 sides. So we picked all of those. Um, So I'll tell you guys some of those stuff. We had like gnocchi with vodka sauce, penne with
Mm,
the red sauce. They had a brisket with gravy, mashed potatoes, um, candied yams, classic meatballs, Italian chicken, potatoes. We had
yum.
mac and cheese, asparagus, I think that is, or green beans. I think it's green beans actually. Um, oh, Italian sausage with peppers and onions. Everything was here. I'll show these pictures for you guys. I'll have to put them on the screen or you can just look. But yeah,
Oh,
this was some of the food. But
delicious.
the best part about it being an Italian family owned is that every sauce was homemade. The noodles, like some of the gnocchi,
Hmm.
I think the gnocchi was homemade. Everything was from scratch. So it was just like the most high quality food. I couldn't believe it. Because we were saying like wedding food, hit or miss, dude. Like a lot of times people's
Yeah.
wedding food, ugh, like we went to a wedding last year and the food was actually like I didn't even want to eat it. I would have
I
rather.
know I have 4 opportunities to see who has the best food
Yeah,
next year.
you do. Yeah, you're gonna have to let us know. So we were just impressed that it was like really good. It was hot, it was homemade, it was nice people, it was all inclusive package with the linens and all that. Oh, and this is the other thing they provide is that they set it all up. They'll set up
Oh,
my
good.
decor, my centerpieces. I just bring it and they set it all up for you. I'm like, what the heck? It's so nice. So very impressed and we booked it. So that's exciting.
Good.
Out of breath. Um, okay, my last two wedding updates. So first of all, save the dates are done. Woohoo! So I
Yay.
finished designing them, I ordered them, And now, because I have a Cricut machine, I have it handwriting the addresses on the envelopes, like in fancy font, and it looks so cute. It's like the coolest thing. I can't believe you can do that. It's taken me kind of a long time because I can only do 3 at a time, and I have 60 to send. Um, so I have that. And then I also have the stress of this is always fun. I feel like some people might get this, but our venue can only hold so many people.
Yeah.
Invited more people than that because we presume people will say no. They say you can expect like 20% of people to say no and 80% to say yes, but it still makes me nervous because it
Yeah.
literally can't hold that many. It can only hold
Yeah, we had more
130.
than the 20% people say no, but
Okay,
that's
that's
because we
good to
did
hear.
no kids. So like if
Oh,
you, I don't know what your kid policy
yeah.
is going to be for yours, but that, I mean, unfortunately, fortunately, I don't
Yeah,
know,
it
whatever
helped.
way you want to look at it, it
Yeah.
definitely helped decrease the numbers.
Yeah, I put on so I made our wedding website and I have that included on the save the dates and I put like a little thing on there that says like due to the nature of our very small venue, if you want to leave your kids with a babysitter and have a parents' night out, we encourage it. So I'm hoping
Hmm.
that that's like a nice little signal to like, if your kid's on the guest list, they can come. But if you're like, I don't know, I don't really need to bring my kids, then you don't need to. And that's great because I'm just praying that not too many people say yes. I don't know what happens if too many people say yes. My mom says it'll be fine and we'll figure it out. So I'm just like, okay, mom.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, my mom's like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen is your immediate family will just leave and come back when it's later. Like, just
Yeah,
whatever. Like, we'll figure it
exactly.
out. So that's been a
I think
stressor,
it's
but it's fine.
the thing like about the kids. I just recently was listening to a podcast where they were talking about like kids at weddings, and they were like, nobody actually wants to bring their kid to a wedding. They bring the
Right.
kid to a wedding because they have nowhere else to put the
Bring
kid.
them.
And I was
Yeah.
like, that's fair. So I think that people that get mad that you can't have kids at your wedding should just use that as an excuse to
Right.
like have a date night,
Yeah.
please.
That's why I put that too. I was like, you know what? If you feel like that, I feel like, oh, really don't want to deal with my kids. Like, I'd rather just drink and have fun. Do it. We would love for you to do that.
Yeah.
So,
I
I
mean,
mean, I do
it's
have
like
two
you go to
flower
a
girls,
wedding to
so they'll be
celebrate
there.
somebody, not to have to be a parent.
Right. Yeah. I do have two flower girls, so they'll be there, and I'm very excited about that.
Yay.
Willow and Murphy, shout out. Um, but yeah, so that's save the date updates. Keep your eye on your mailbox if you're my
Murphy's gonna
family.
be like the same age that Jamie was when she was
Yeah.
our flower girl.
Oh my God,
Because
that's
Jamie
crazy.
had was like a week away from turning 2,
Mm-hmm.
and Murphy will be like 2.5.
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy, bro. I love it. I'm so excited. And then my final update is my bridal boxes. So I talked about this in the last episode just a little bit, but hosting a bridal brunch, which is like my wedding party, and then a few of my friends that live in Columbus. And we're just gonna chit chat, talk about the wedding, eat lunch, hang out. That's pretty much it. Almost like it sounds like it is, but almost none of the weddings really planned. Like we have some vendors,
Yeah.
but other than that, nothing. I know a general color scheme of what I'm doing. That's about it. So I'm like, let's get all the girls together. Give me your ideas. Tell me what you think of the stuff I
Tell me what kind
have.
of dresses you hate and what kind of
Yes,
dresses you don't hate.
exactly. I've got some swatches from Azazi. Have you used that or
Yeah.
heard of that?
That's what
So
that's where I got my dresses
is
from.
it? Okay. I
Mhm.
wasn't sure because I was like, oh, we'll just go to David's Bridal, like classic, easy, cheap. There's
Mm-mm.
barely any left, first of all. They're like
Yeah, and
going
Azazi's way
away.
cheaper.
And Azazi, yeah, they have good deals. They have free tailoring. They have like, you can pay a low price to get a bunch of them and then try them on or whatever that stuff. I need to print out a
And they
little
send you
fact
a
sheet.
garment bag, which is really
Oh, that's
clutch.
so nice. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's what Grace and Lauren were like, why don't you check out Azazi? Because they've used it too. I'm like, okay. So I ordered, you can get 6 free swatches of dresses from
Mhm.
there. So I ordered every green that they have on their website, doing green, obviously. But I ordered every green that they have. So I'm like, everyone can look at these and like see what we're thinking, that kind of vibe. All that to say, I made everyone a gift box who's coming to this, which I went crazy on this. I don't know why I just had this vision for. I was like, this is going to be really, really cool. So I made everyone a gift box. I will show you guys one actually because I have them next to me. Here's an example. It will have a bow on it, but this says Willow, and it's a cute little gift box that has a bow on the bottom.
I
And
think it's funny that you're
inside,
showing the one that's for the child and not for
no,
like the
literally
adults that are coming.
true. I This is a good example too because it doesn't have our date on it, but I made her this little mug, you guys. I made a baby mug for her since she's a little kid. Everyone else got a full-size mug. Look at this little thing. It's like a little baby
Aw.
mug. So each mug in each box has this little logo of like a heart locket with A and A for Erica and Angelo. And then the adult ones have our wedding date because I'm calling these save the date boxes. I'm doing like an experiential save the date, which I would have done for everyone, but it's way too expensive. So,
Yeah, no way.
can't do that, but it's fun to do it for some. So that's what it looks like. Every mug is thrifted and a different shade of green. Like there's just all green, but all different colors. And it's so cute. I have a picture of them all together that I'll send to you. But yeah, that's really cute. So that's in every single one. And then this is what I had the Cricut do, make these little cards. It wrote
hmm
that and cut them out. So it just says save our date. And then,
So the day that we got back from our vacation, we
yeah.
opened up the mailbox and I was like, oh my God, we got a letter in the mail from Erica and Angelo, and we got a
Oh,
letter in the
yes.
mail from Dakota and Cameron. And I was like, that
That's
makes
funny.
sense. Their weddings are happening around the same time. So
Yeah.
like these are probably both the save to dates. Neither one was a save to date. You sent us the like
Yes.
anniversary card, and then they sent us an engagement party invite,
Oh,
which we can't even
cute.
go to their engagement party.
Yeah.
But it was
That's hilarious.
like, oh, Kyle, like we got save the dates. We get to put them on our board. And I
None of
was
them
like,
save the date.
neither of these are save the dates.
I'm crying. We're not that prepared yet, obviously. That's hilarious.
I mean, it's a bit early for you to send a save the date,
Yeah.
but
They will be there soon, so stay
yeah.
tuned. Yeah, so each person gets a mug and then half, not half, but just based off what I know about my friends and family, some people are getting coffee if they like coffee. So
Mm.
this I found on Amazon. This is so cute, but I found a sampler pack of these little mini bags. So this is cinnamon
Oh, yeah.
hazelnut and there's tons. It's literally like I think I got 8 or 10 and they're all different flavors. So if you like coffee, you're getting that. And if you don't, or if you're Willow, little kid, I did homemade hot cocoa mix
Oh, good.
and it turned out so good. And then the last two things are cookies that I made,
Oh,
and everyone's getting gold stir spoon.
okay.
So, anyways, I've been spending literally all my time making these freaking bridal boxes. They took forever because I had to thrift 20 different green mugs, which is a lot harder than you would honestly think to find colors you want.
hmm
I had to make Cricut stickers for all the mugs. I had to make the Cricut cards. I had to make the name that I went on the outside of the box. I did
Do you
Cricut.
notice how she's saying she had to do it?
Yeah, literally. No, by the way, this is the only thing bringing me joy right now. Like, it's actually fun. So I'm glad I did it, but did it cost me a fortune? Kind of. Not really, but enough. I'm like, oh shit, this is getting a little crazy. But I'm like,
That's
you only get
funny.
to do it once. And I'm just excited. I'm like, you know what? I had them all on the floor, all the 20 boxes laid out, and they're pretty big. They're taking up half
Angela's
my
like
living room.
tiptoeing through
No,
the
literally,
living
he was.
room.
He was like trying not to step on them, but they're all spread out everywhere. And I'm like, I had a moment. I was like, this is 20 people that are just coming to hang out with me because I asked them to. And that's not even all of
hmm
them. That's not even all the people that are going to be at my wedding. So I was just like, that's awesome. And I was like, I feel lucky.
hmm
So, anyways, all that to say, I made some bridal boxes and they were very cute and I love them.
I like them.
Thank you. Yeah. So that is all. That was quite the update. But now I want to hear about Ireland.
Okay, so my two updates, I'm going to do the cycling things first and then the
Yeah,
Ireland recap.
let's
So
do it.
these are literally the only two things I have. I know we haven't talked in 8 weeks, but I
I
like
know.
literally don't have anything else. These two things have been
That's
consuming my
okay.
entire time.
Yeah,
Um,
literally.
so I started training to be a cycle bar instructor. That's real
Yes.
now. And the first step, well, I'll just like do a recap of what the steps
Yeah.
have looked like so far and like kind of what the rest of training looks like. So I went in, I did an audition. I did an open call audition. My
Mm-hmm.
studio was saying like, hey, if you have ever had interest in being an instructor, come to our open call auditions. So I
And your
went.
music slapped. You should tell us your
Hold on,
tracks.
not yet.
Okay, that's not for
I'll
audition.
get there. I'll
Okay,
get
I'm
that.
like, you have to tell us. They're good.
So we went in, and this open call audition, there's an instructor
Mm-hmm.
teaching us. They
Okay.
do 3 songs, and there's people walking around, and they're like kind of grading you based off of
Interesting.
like how you do the ride.
Was it
And they
intimidating?
give us not that part because it just felt
Okay.
like a class.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
fine.
they tell us to like leave the room and they're like, all right, all of you are going to do a callback. So
Mm-hmm.
come back in and you're going to do 2 songs for us.
Mm-hmm.
They send you a playlist to pick your songs off of.
Mm.
So I, to full transparency, decided I was going to do this that day. So
Yeah.
I did not prepare my callback.
Dang. Okay.
And the manager of that studio was super, super kind. And she said, you're fine. Let's schedule another time for you to come back and do it because you didn't have
Yeah.
enough time to prepare. And I was like, thank you so much.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
nice.
come back like a week later and I do my callback, which was me doing the 2 songs that I had prepared,
Mm-hmm.
which I can't even the two songs that I did was um what was it?
Did you do Sugar I'm Going Down Swinging?
Yeah, that was my second song that I did. And then let me look at
I remember when you sent it, I was like, dang, these are good picks.
Oh, and Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake. So I
Oh,
did
yeah,
Rock
yeah.
Your Body by Justin Timberlake going into Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy. That was
Nice.
my callback. After that, she was like, "You look great. Let's do a full audition that you'll send to
Ooh.
corporate."
Oh,
So,
I didn't know it was like
yeah.
this.
So this is what the next step is. The next step, you go in, you film a 3-song audition with somebody like they're watching you, and then you submit that to corporate. And then usually within 24 to 48 hours, they say, "Hey, you pass. Hey, you
Yeah.
don't pass."
Hmm.
It's pretty common to have to do it again because they find something in your form or something
Yeah.
in the way that you like coached through the audition that was wrong.
Okay.
Like it's not
Not
abnormal.
with it. Yeah.
So I did my 3-song audition, which was still those same 2 songs, Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake. Then I did Bulletproof by LaRue. And then I
Nice.
did Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy.
Hmm.
That was my 3-song audition that I turned in. And I passed the first
Yay!
time. So
Oh my
after
gosh.
that, you get told that you can enter into the next stage of training, which is level 1 training. Level 1 training is
Okay.
when you just do a bunch of modules online.
Oh,
It's like they call it like chapters. There's 7 chapters that you
okay.
go through, and then you take a 75 question quiz at the end of it.
Dang.
So they gave you 2 weeks to do that. I finished mine in about a week and a half because I wanted to finish it before we went on
Yeah.
vacation.
Yeah.
So I did all of that. I passed all of those things. And
Nice.
then you get enrolled in bridge training, which
Yeah.
is on the bike training.
Okay.
So that's the portion I'm in currently.
Nice.
That training is 3 weeks long.
Wow.
And I, the first week, well, there's like, you do some calls, like, there's
Yeah.
like Zoom calls that you have to like watch. And those, I've been through 5 Zoom calls so far.
Wow.
And then you have to do it's like submissions again. So similar to that audition that I
Dang.
was talking about where you turn in a
Yeah.
video, I still have to do that. So there's a 1 through 6 song. So typical cycle bar class is 12 songs long. So to
Okay.
break it up and make it a little bit more attainable, they tell you to do the first 6 songs of a class,
Hmm.
turn that in, and then do the second 6 songs of a class, turn that in,
Hmm.
and then you do a test out ride.
Hmm.
So I turned in songs 1 through 6
And you get to
on
pick?
Wednesday this week. Yes, I get
Okay.
to pick all of it. I have my own liberties to pick whatever
Wow.
songs that I want.
That's cool.
So I turned in 1 through 6 on Wednesday this week, and I passed again.
Yay.
So I got my feedback yesterday,
Yeah.
actually, and I'm going in tomorrow to film songs 7 through 12.
Wow. That's freaking crazy, dude. I didn't know it was so in depth.
Yeah, so songs 7 through 12 are due on Tuesday for me, but the timing isn't going to work out with that weird
Yeah.
doctor's appointment I was talking about last week
Yeah.
on Monday. So I'm doing it Sunday, filming that, turning it in. I should hear back Monday or Tuesday.
Hmm.
And then on the Sunday after that, so November 9th,
Hmm.
I'm doing my test out ride, which
Wow.
is a full 12-song ride where I get to invite some people to come. I record that, I turn it in, and
Fun.
then after that, I'm a full
Oh,
instructor.
are your friends gonna come? Are you gonna invite your
Yeah,
friends? That's really cool.
yes.
That's so
Yeah.
fun, dude. Are you gonna have like a themed class, like emo night? Like, you know
Eventually,
how they
yeah.
do themes? I love that.
Yeah. So once you finish doing all of the bridge training, then it depends on studio, I think, but my studio does 2 tandem rides. So that's where
Hmm.
I'm up there with another instructor and we co-lead a class.
Okay.
And I think that's just really to introduce you to the studio and to like break up the nerves a little bit of like teaching your first class.
Yeah.
So I have my first tandem scheduled already
Ah.
for Veterans Day,
Oh,
actually.
that's funny.
So I'll be doing that one. And then I actually picked up 2 classes to sub that week as well.
Nice.
So before I finish my second tandem
Yeah.
ride, I get to teach 2 classes on my own that week.
Dang. So at this point, and I don't know if you know this, but like at this point, is it pretty common like you're gonna make it through, or do people still get
Yeah.
cut? Okay.
Yeah. They shouldn't cut you anymore. It's more like, hey, your songs 4 through 6 weren't looking as strong as I know you can make them. Refilm
Yeah.
those, and then we'll move on to songs 7 through 12 kind
Okay.
of thing.
Yeah, just learning the ropes, kind of.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know it was like so like this, you know? It's
Yeah.
an in-depth process.
It is very in depth. So I
Cool.
have my songs picked out for tomorrow, but I think I need to fix some of them because I'm not feeling super passionate about a couple of them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at that today and maybe like rearrange.
That's a
And
lot of
then
songs, honestly.
I know I get to film tomorrow and I'm
Yay!
so excited. And I'll turn that in and then hopefully I'll get feedback pretty quickly.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. That is really cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
So coming to your local cycle bar.
Yes, come take Marissa's class. That would be super cool.
Yes. I do think too, I was talking to the manager at this studio, and I think I'm going to get my own class time. Originally, when we started going through the like process, they were like, we don't have
Yeah.
any open class times right now. You'll just go into like our sub pool
Okay.
until a class opens up.
Hmm.
But there is a class opening up that I'm available
That's so
for.
cool.
And so she was like, would you be interested in taking one of these over come December? And I was like, I'd be interested in taking both of them over, but let me know like your thoughts if you need to give
Yeah.
another class to somebody else. She was like, I'll let you know, but it
Okay.
definitely one of them can be
Oh,
yours.
yay. Wait, that's so crazy. That's really soon. Next month.
Yeah. So
Oh,
eventually I'll be able to like say which classes I'm teaching and stuff. And you'll
yeah.
see them on my Instagram stories, like hyping
Yes.
them up. And as always, please, please, please send all of your music recommendations
Ooh, love.
because I understand that I'm not the only person in the room that's taking the class. So I need to be able to play music for everybody.
Right.
And I feel like we talk about this every year in our Spotify episode,
Mm,
but I don't listen to that much music, which
yeah.
is really becoming a little bit more difficult as I know I need
Yeah.
to like get more and more like music to use in classes.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to a lot more than I normally do.
Nice. I might have some EDM recs. I was laughing
Okay.
because I had my Discover Weekly on yesterday and it was like, I told Angela, I would say it's about if there were 20 songs, 15 of them were country and five were EDM. I was like, how random. It's literally like three country songs and then this like
Yeah,
rave song. I'm like, that's so stupid.
that's funny. I don't know if anybody cares, but I'll tell you what songs I
Yes,
did for songs
please.
1 through 6.
I want to know.
I did Let Me Love You by Justin Bieber.
Okay.
That one's
Mm-hmm.
like kind of EDM. It's like 2015 dance music
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's not like real EDM.
Right.
And then I did Good Things Fall Apart by Elenium and John Bellion.
Can't picture it in my head, but I probably have heard it.
Okay. And then you're gonna go Far Kid by The
Oh,
Offspring. That's a really
nice.
good one.
Yeah.
And then I did Starboy by The Weeknd.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And then
Good
She Looks
vibe.
So Perfect by Five Sauce.
My American Apparel underwear.
It's so
Dude, that
good.
song is so good.
It
Underrated.
is. And then Another One Bites the Dust by Queen.
Oh, classic. I love that. I like the
Yeah.
mix. I like the mix. That's really good.
Yeah, I tried like all of these are songs that I definitely like,
Yeah.
but they're not like songs
Your
that I have
regular
on every
listing.
playlist,
Yeah.
right?
That makes sense. Okay, I love
So,
this.
and then if anybody cares, these are the songs I currently have on 7 through
Yes.
12,
Okay.
but they are subject to change. I have the Numb Encore medley by Jay-Z and Linkin Park.
Okay. I don't think I've
And
heard this
then
mix. Like, is it a remix? Kind of? Or is
it's
that the
not,
original?
it's like a medley. So
Okay.
like it starts
Stuff
with
put together.
Encore by Jay-Z and then it
Hmm.
goes into Numb by
I need to
Linkin
listen
Park
to
at
that
the
because it
end.
actually sounds pretty good.
It is really good.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
love
look that
that.
up.
I don't really like the songs separate from each other. I only like them
That's
like
funny.
melodied.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I think I might change this one.
Mm.
I don't know. I really liked it when I heard it in a class and that's what made me
Oh,
want to
that's cool.
use it. But I'm not loving it for
Okay.
like when I practiced. It's the medley of Thunder and Young Dumb and Broke. So Thunder by Imagine
Oh,
Dragons and Young Dumb and
yep.
Broke by Khalid.
Interesting. These are interesting
And
mashups.
yeah, I like it, but I'm not loving it.
Hmm.
And then I have Still Into You by Paramore.
Classic. Love, love, love.
And then Yeah by Usher.
Ooh, good one.
And then these last two are the ones that I think I might need to switch. But
Okay.
the one that I'm about to say, I have to switch only because it's the same RPM as another song that I did in
Oh.
songs 1 through 6. But I don't want to switch it because it's
Hmm.
I Fall Apart by Post Malone.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And it's the song where I like connect with the room the most in. So
Hmm.
like the second to last song in a regular cycle bar class, like I'm not meant to say like I'm meant to be motivational. I'm not meant to
Yeah,
coach during
yeah.
that song.
Hmm.
And I have a really good like
Ooh.
speech planned with that song.
Hmm.
But I don't know if I can do it. I
Okay.
might keep it just in case,
Just for the
like
vibe.
because I know I can do it very well.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the last one is Can You Feel My Heart by Bring Me the Horizon. But I
I
think I'm
don't
going
think
to
I know
change
that.
that one
Hmm.
because the last song is meant to be like really fast. And this
Okay.
one sits at like the fast RPM that I can do,
Hmm.
but the melody changes. So
Okay.
it's hard to like keep up with it because like
Yeah.
you lose the beat a little bit.
Do you like does this include the like cool down time or are these just the main?
No,
These are like the
this
main
is just
structure.
the main.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's cool. Do you have to pick
But
songs like on
yes.
Spotify or like on a certain platform?
You can do Spotify and then you can pick mixes from SoundCloud
That's
because
what I
you
was gonna
can
ask.
download them and
Okay.
make them local files.
Uh-huh.
I'm not like they tell you during training to just do Spotify
It's
because
easy.
sometimes local files have a hard time like downloading and like
Yeah.
for the master instructor that I'm paired with like giving me feedback, they might not be able to hear the song. It's
Hmm.
weird. So
Okay.
they told us not to, but I can eventually.
Okay, I might have to send you some, is what I was gonna say. I used to be really into like mashups, medleys, EDM, all kinds of random stuff on SoundCloud that's like so fire. So I'm just gonna send them all
Hmm.
to you in case you need to
Okay.
use them. That's fun.
Okay, that's
Good
all my
update.
cycle bar things.
Yeah.
And then the Ireland trip. Okay,
Okay.
so biggest takeaway ever is Ireland is the most beautiful country ever. It
Wow.
is
The
so
pictures
pretty.
were so like fake looking. Like, like they
Yeah,
literally look like like a castle from a book or something. Like fake.
it yeah, it's beautiful. I don't know how
Yeah.
the world looks like that, but it does. Are you still able to look at like shared albums?
Yeah.
How do
On
I
my
add you
iPad.
to it?
Add my Gmail,
Okay.
and then I'll be able to look
Well,
at it.
I'll add you to this eventually, but
Okay.
I have like a whole like
Yeah.
300 photo
Oh, I can't wait.
album.
Yeah.
But the scenery is beautiful. If you're going to Ireland, go to the West Coast. Don't
Okay.
stay on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the city of Galway and we stayed there for a couple of days,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the most beautiful part of the trip. If we would not have made that like part of our itinerary, I think
Yeah.
it would have been so sad and like we would have suffered so much because we saw so many beautiful things over there.
Dang.
Dublin is cool, but it's not the experience that you get being
Mm-hmm.
on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we went to St. Stephen's Green Park, which was so pretty, and I feel like everybody's heard of that. We went to St. Patrick's Cathedral,
Ooh.
which was so pretty. Erica, look at this
Oh,
church.
it's so beautiful. It's literally castle.
It
Everything
is. It
looks like
was
a
so
castle over
pretty.
there.
Like, look at this.
Oh my God. That is
The
so
stained glass
pretty.
is so pretty. They have
Wow.
like the largest organ ever,
Wow.
like in this church,
Yeah.
and it's so cool. We got to actually see castles, which was like, what?
Dang. That's amazing.
And we got to see the Cliffs of Moher, which are so pretty.
Guys, if you aren't watching the video, hop over to Spotify, hop over to YouTube, watch the video. I'll make sure when Marissa shares it with me, I'll put some of the images on the screen so you guys can see them like really good because they're
It just
so
like it
beautiful.
was like everything was beautiful. I don't know
Dang.
how nature
So
looks like
pretty.
this. And then we got to stand in like these limestone fields,
Oh,
which were
wow.
so cool. If any of you, I know me and Erica have probably never seen these, but the Lord of the Rings movies,
No.
apparently Middle Earth is based off of this region in
Okay.
Ireland.
Nice.
It was amazing. And then we went to this place called Kylemore Abbey.
Wow, dude. That's an estate right there. Holy
A
crap.
man built it for his wife.
That's love.
And now it's a nunnery. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Wow.
We got to see a Connemara pony, which is fun fact, my mother-in-law's favorite
Wow.
horse.
Is it really? Wouldn't have
Yeah.
guessed that. I mean, I would have just never known that. I'll know
Yeah.
she loves horses, but that's like, I didn't know. I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't really know what their special thing is, but
Right.
they're pretty.
They are.
But it was amazing. I
That's
feel like
so
I could talk for
amazing.
like 40 hours on it, but we're already 50 minutes in. So go to
That's
Ireland.
okay.
It's beautiful.
Yes. And if you guys don't follow Marissa on Instagram already, you're missing out because that's how I was staying
Yes.
up to date. I was seeing all the stories.
I
I was like,
know.
wow,
I
this is
haven't
cool.
posted like a photo reel
Yeah.
yet of like all of the things, but I will eventually.
Okay. Stay tuned, you guys. Follow her so you can see it. That's
Oh,
amazing.
everybody's asked me what's the best food and best drink that I had
Oh, yeah,
there.
that's a good question.
So I had two foods that I really, really liked. The
Yeah.
first one, if you would look at it, you would throw up and you wouldn't eat it. It
Oh,
was
well,
really ugly, but it was
yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
It was called Dublin Coddle, and it
Okay.
was a stew
Okay.
of potatoes, carrots, bacon, onions, and like this broth, but it
Mm-hmm.
also had these sausages in it. And this
Mm-hmm.
is the part that would make you throw up. The sausages were like this big and they were like boiled in the broth, so they were like pale.
Ew.
It was a little gross, like looking, but they were
Right.
so good. And it
I'm
was
looking
served
at a
with like a side
picture.
of bread and a side of mashed potatoes. That was really yummy.
Does this
And
look like
then,
it?
no,
They all
mine
look
was
very
way
different. So
uglier.
it's really hard to say. I know when you're explaining, I'm like, it's not these pictures.
And then I love a cottage pie. Do you know what cottage pie is?
No. Is it like shepherd's pie or something like
It's
that?
shepherd's pie, but with ground beef
Okay.
instead of
What's in shepherd's pie? I've actually never had
ground
it.
lamb.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a pot
So
pie? Question mark.
it is like it's the ground beef and then
Mm-hmm.
just like some root vegetables. So like
Okay.
there's carrots, peas, like onion, and it's like all like this just like this ground beef mixture.
Oh, I see.
And
I'm
then
looking
there's
at a
mashed
picture.
potatoes on top.
Okay.
And that
I could
was
get down.
so good.
That looks good.
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
delicious. It tastes like soup, like with the seasonings that they put in
Yeah.
the like the ground beef mixture. It's delicious.
Oh,
And I was
love.
looking for one the entire time that we were there and I
Yeah.
couldn't find it. They did not have it on any menu and I
Really?
didn't know how because it's like a very Irish
Mm-hmm.
like food.
Yeah.
And we found it finally at the last place that we had dinner at. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
yes.
Love that. And
So those are my
drink?
two favorite foods. And then the drink, I loved the Irish coffees. So it's a
Oh,
hot
really?
coffee made with Irish whiskey
Yeah.
and it has like a whipped cream on top. And they were really, really yummy.
Nice. That's fun. Oh my gosh. I'm jealous. I love it.
You should go.
I love it. I know. Apparently I should. We're like trying to think about a honeymoon. I'm like, I think we have to go international. I really do.
Yeah, I think
The
you
more I
have
think
to.
about it, the more I'm like, we can't go somewhere out, like national, if you will. Like we can't do
Yeah.
that.
I think that, well, me and Kyle were talking. So, like, I picked last year's small trip. We went to like
Hmm.
Boston and Salem. And then
Yeah.
I picked this year's big trip that we went international.
Yeah.
So, I think that that means Kyle's next small trip, like the next small
Yeah.
trip we do
He
is
gets to
Kyle's
pick.
pick, and the next international trip would
I
be
like
his
that.
pick too.
Hmm.
But I think we're going to Costa Rica sometime next year
Ooh,
because our
fun.
friends Sam and Alex, they have like a family house there.
Wow, that's
So I was
cool.
like, okay, that'll be like a pretty easy trip that we can go on because we won't have to like pay too much because we're
Yeah.
like using the
Stay
house that
with
they
them.
already like have.
That's cool.
And I was like, okay, so maybe we can do that, but also like that's not Kyle's pick because we're just like doing that.
Do
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Next year is gonna look weird because we have so many trips
So
planned.
many weddings.
Yeah. Oh, I do have one more update. So the reason we're going to Hawaii next year is
Hmm.
because me and Hunter want to run the
You're
Honolulu
doing it?
Marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. We haven't like booked anything yet because it's
Yeah.
way too far out, but me and Hunter want to run the Honolulu Marathon because we both turn 26 next year. And
Fun.
we thought it'd be a really fun thing for us to do together and like kind of make into a vacation. And I think it's going to happen, but
Oh
I
my
was like to
gosh.
get myself to the point where I set myself up for the most success because
Yep.
obviously my body continues to get hurt whenever I try and do these things.
Yeah.
I have to give myself the longest training period for the half marathon
Hmm.
to make sure that I don't injure myself because I need to run at least one half marathon before I train for the marathon to
Right.
prove to my body that I can do it. So, the longest training period that they typically give for half marathons is 20 weeks.
Okay.
Today is 20 weeks from the half marathon that I want to run.
Oh
So,
shit.
I am officially starting half marathon
Oh
training this
shit.
week.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go off. That is
And I'm
wild.
doing their like Garmin has like a training plan and I
Nice.
selected the one that said 20 weeks on there and it's a guy called I mean you've probably heard of him. His name's Jeff Galloway.
I don't know. Don't know her.
He's like this big running guy and he
Okay.
does a run walk run method. I've never done something like that, but he said
Yeah.
that he has great success in training athletes with
Okay.
this training plan. My first run
Yeah.
today is 9 minutes and
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're gonna see what happens.
I love it.
We're gonna prepare as best we can. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that cycling is gonna help me with a lot more of like the like cross training that I need to make sure my body's okay. But
Yeah.
tentatively, cautiously, I am doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, I'm excited. That's really cool. I did not know you were going to do
Yes.
that or say that.
I didn't either. I looked it up on Wednesday. I was like, oh, like I know that I want to do the 20 weeks. So I was like, let me search like how many weeks until March 21st. That's when this half marathon is.
Yeah.
And it said 20 weeks and 4 days. And I was
Oh
like, God
shit.
damn
Yeah. Like fuck. That's funny.
it. I was
Oh my
not
God.
prepared to have to start half marathon training right now,
Today?
but
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Well, shit. At least you checked.
I know. At least I checked because then I would have to pick another race to do because like I do want to give myself the best opportunity for success.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's wild. What a time. My next thing, you guys, I mean, I can't believe it took us an hour just to catch up. I'm not mad about it. But my next section that I was gonna go into, and we'll see if we do all this. I don't know at this point. But endometriosis, we're gonna talk about it. Health update. So I wasn't really like gonna bring this up to you guys on the podcast because there's a lot of uncertainty. I'm not fully versed on what's going on, but I got a lot of really good feedback about the first endometriosis episode, like talking to Natalie, my boss at work, she didn't listen to it, but I told her about it. Just different people were like, I didn't know our uteruses could be in four different positions. Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, 100%. So I just got a lot of amazing feedback. They're like, wow, I'm so glad you told me that. Like doctors have never ever brought that up to me, whatever. So I just got a lot of
I
feedback that
mean,
I was
why bring it
like,
up if it's not something that you think you
yeah.
might be dealing with?
And also like we don't all always go to the doctor, right? So you might be like, why do when I have my period, I have to pee really bad? And I'm like, why does when I have my period, I have to have back cramps like we've talked about before? It's like,
Yeah.
maybe you don't know because you don't ask the doctor because you just assume we all have cramps and back pain.
Oh, I have something before you go into more of
Okay.
yours. So this is crazy. Like you're gonna think that I sound like a creep or
Okay.
weirdo or something.
We'll
The
see.
last 2 months, I've had my period start on a full moon.
Oh,
And
I don't know if I like
it started a week early both times to start on the full
the full
moon.
moon.
Like I literally sound like I'm crazy, but I'm not kidding. This
No, I'm
happened
kind of freaked
twice.
out. I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good thing.
Yeah,
I'm
and so like
scared.
my period kept getting a little bit earlier and a little bit earlier
What
like
the
each
helly?
time. And now my period started early again, not on a full moon this time
Oh,
because
that's
the
good.
full moon's on November 4th, which is when I was originally scheduled to start my period again.
Oh,
But I started early
yeah.
again, and I don't know what that means.
That's really weird.
And that
I don't
means
know.
that because yesterday was October 31st, which is when I started, I had two periods in October.
Oh,
I
that's
know. Isn't
awful.
that
That's
ridiculous?
actually
Because,
rude.
like, what is my body telling me right now?
No, literally.
Normally, when you're stressed or like you're dealing with a bunch of things, that makes your period late, not
Later.
early. So,
Yeah.
what?
What the? That's crazy, bro.
Just had to tell everybody this is what's happening to me.
Yeah.
Continue.
Oh my God. Okay. That's wild. I don't like the sound of that. I'm like, that's giving, I don't know. I don't know what kind of vibes. I don't know.
My TikTok algorithm says that that means that I'm a red witch, and I don't know what that
Oh,
means.
God. That sounds even also creepy. I'm scared. Red witch.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so speaking of red witches, no, so yeah, I wasn't gonna share, but then I had good response. I was like, fuck it, I'll just share what's going on. So I have been to my doctor more since I've last talked to you guys about endo, which by the way, if you haven't been up to date on the journey, sorry, I'm not gonna go over it. You'll have to go back to the endometriosis episode, which was a very good one, by the way. But basically I got what I'm calling an endometriosis diagnosis. It's not technically, because if you guys listen to our episode, you know that the only way to know if you have endo is to have surgery and take it out and see if that's what it is. However, I had an MRI with, I had a normal MRI for like freaking long time. I hated it. But a really long MRI. And then at the end, I had an IV and they had put in dye, contrast dye, and then they put me back in the machine and they were able to see a bunch of spots lit up on the MRI that they are like, yeah, that's very, very, very likely to be endometriosis. We've seen it before. So, all that to say, they saw endometriosis, and now I'm on my treatment journey, which is horrible to me, but I'm on hormonal birth control again. And um, the purpose for that is apparently this is just one of the treatment options. It's called hormone therapy, which I was like, what does that even mean? But you take hormones or birth control, like the birth control pill. Um, and they say when you are on birth control that it tricks your body into thinking you're pregnant or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, the reason you do it is to just shut down your entire reproductive system. So I take the birth control, like, you know how there's 3 weeks and then there's the sugar pills for the period week.
Yeah.
So you just take the 3 weeks, and when you're done with the third week, you throw away the sugar pills and go on to the next pack instead. So you don't have a period. So you literally just hormones, hormones every single day for months. So that's what I've been doing.
That's
And
what I did, and it made me have really, really, really bad like cysts in my boobs.
really, oh,
Yeah,
I
it
remember
like
you
messed with
talking
my
about that.
hormones a lot.
Okay, that's interesting. And I'm not
But that's because
happy.
my body didn't like it.
Right.
But
I'm not happy to
your
hear
body
that,
needs
but I'm
it.
also validated to hear that because I've talked to a couple people, like my moms and my friends, who were like, so I'll tell you guys, as I've been doing this, I have been freaking exhausted. I never nap. I've been napping in the middle of the day. I'm so tired. I'm having like bad sleep. I'm depressed. I'm running the whole gamut of like, I just almost feel like I don't have feelings, like numb. Like I'm just sit here and I'm just
Mm.
like I just don't even care about anything. So it's been that kind of stuff, which that's definitely under exaggerating it, but you guys get the point. Um, but some people I've talked to, like my mom or other friends or whatever, are like, that's so weird. That didn't happen to me. I'm like, okay, lucky for you. I'm happy for you. But
Yeah.
I was talking with Nat the other day, and I was like, she's like, how are you? And I was like, well, I'll tell you how I am. Bad. And I told her, but she was like, she's like, well, first of all, you're gonna have a rough pregnancy. And I was like, okay. And she
Cool,
was like,
thanks.
yeah,
Great.
she was like, I've had the same experience as you, and like I think my body just takes hormone changes hard. And she's like, it sounds like you have that too. And I literally felt so good. I almost cried after she said that to me because I was just like, thank you for just letting me like feel how I actually feel. And yeah, which my mom and my friends are not mean or wrong or anything. I'm just saying like it was nice to be like, okay, yeah, like it actually can affect you. You're not cray cray. So, yeah, I've been rough on my birth control era, but I'm also close. My doctor's been really good. He's like messaging me on the chart and checking in, like, hey, how's it going? Because I told him before we started all of this, I was like, birth control makes me a bitch. At least that's what he used to do. I used to be mean, and also it makes me depressed. And he's like, all right, let's try it because I don't just want to put you in surgery, but check in with me along the way because if it gets really depressive or really bad, we should stop and we will figure out
Hmm.
something else. So he's been chatting with me and I was like, no, I know I'm gonna be fine to get through January. That's all I have to do is get through January. I'm like, is it rough? Yes, but am I
What
going
happens in
to
January? Is it like next step of the
yeah,
process?
so in January is the next step, and I'm going to go back and get another transvaginal ultrasound. I better just get used to it at this point because I told you guys it sucked. But the first time with this doctor, so I guess I didn't really preface this, but the doctor I'm working with right now, I had one transvaginal ultrasound with him and it went way better than my first time. He is supposedly the top doctor for transvaginal ultrasounds and like endometriosis stuff at like in the city. That's what they were saying. A lot of people have been like, oh, you're seeing so and so. Like, he's the best doctor. Like, I love him. Which I told him I had a podcast and that we did an endo episode. And he was like, shook. And he's like, please don't shout me out. And I was
Oh.
like, by the way, I wouldn't because I gatekeep my doctors. And then he's like, you what? I said, I gatekeep my doctors. And he's like, what? He had no idea what I was trying to say. He didn't even know what it meant. But all that to say, he's excellent. So he put me on the birth control. I've been doing that now for like I think I've almost made it through 3 packs, so around 3 months, a little less. And then in January, I'm going to go back to him and he's going to do another ultrasound. I don't know about an MRI yet, not sure. And we're going to see if the endo regresses. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for are any of the cysts? There, there's so much. I have 2 tumors. I don't know if I said this to you or not. I have two
Hmm.
tumors in my uterus. I have some cysts on my ovaries, and then I have the endo throughout. And then I also have retrograde menstruation. Fun fact, you guys, if you listen to the endo episode, we got into that topic on a whim, like on accident. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, I have that. So some of my period blood goes back into my body and it just sits like behind my uterus. So random. And I have retroverted uterus, whatever. I have all this shit. All of that to say, he's like, let's suppress your system, your whole reproductive system, make it stop doing its normal menstruation thing so that we can find out if those cysts um are due to your ovulation or normal parts of your period
Yeah,
or not.
that
So
makes
basically, if
sense.
you don't have a period for 3 months and those cysts are still there, then they're not period related. There's something else.
Hmm.
Maybe, whatever. So we're going to check for that.
I
And then
mean,
he's
the
also,
hope is probably that it is period
right,
related.
and that they're not there. Yeah, exactly. So there's that. And then also just seeing if the endo gets better without menstruating or if it's the same or worse. So
Hmm.
That's it. It's just all up in the air. But yeah, I only have to make it through January with the hormones, and then hopefully he'll let me stop. I think he will. Only benefits though to this process, no period because
Mm-hmm.
you don't take
Mm-hmm.
the period pill. So that's interesting. I expected there to just be no period. I was like, oh, no period for 3 months. Yeah, let's go. I was like so excited. And then I took the first pack and then it got to the period day and I moved to the next pack, but I still kind of got my period because my body wasn't
Yeah, it's like a little
ready.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I still had a period for like almost a week. I'm like, what the hell is the benefit to this for me? What the so then I started my second pack and I took that, and then I had less of a period, and I'm assuming the third time I'll have nothing. So
Yeah.
that's been good. And then so far, the literal only other benefit, besides that it's my treatment plan, you guys, I'm not complaining. I'm just, the only other
It's just
benefit,
annoying that you have to
it's
change your
so
entire
annoying.
life to try and figure it out. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's good that you're figuring it out now because as
Oh,
somebody that does
100%.
want to have a family, you have to
Yeah.
figure it out now so that you can do that later.
Literally accidentally stumbled into family planning. Like
Yeah.
unintentionally ended up here, which is fine. But yeah, you're right. Like I just want to get it done and over with and hope like prayers up. I hope I don't have to get surgery, but if I do, at least it's like now and not too late per
Yeah.
se. But yeah, then
Because then maybe you can clear it out now, then you can have a successful first
I
pregnancy and then you don't have
hope
to worry about it.
I know. I really hope that's the case. And also like he's like, does anyone else in your family have endo? And I'm like, I don't
Not that
know.
they told me.
Yeah, like no, so far, no one said anything, but also like I've seen how hard it was in my journey to get it diagnosed and other people's journey way longer, like years and years and years. So how would they know? Because my family's not going to
Yeah.
the doctor all the time. And if it's mild, you might not even notice you have it.
Yeah, and
So I'm
it's
like,
not
who
like your
knows?
mom, like the only person that you could really compare to is your mom and
Right.
your Aunt Pam and like or your cousin Pam and say
Yeah.
like well, did you have a hard time having kids? But
Right.
they have kids, so like obviously like if they did have infertility, like
Yeah.
they eventually had successful
Yeah.
pregnancies.
And
So
it
like they never
also
needed to figure it out.
could be anything else. Yeah. And also, like, I have my mom, and then she has one sister. And then aside from that, the maternal family line ends. Like, my grandma passed away, great grandparents I've never met. Like, there's not far back to go to figure that out.
Yeah.
And it's all, they usually say, your maternal side is where you should look. So it's weird. But,
You're like
anyways,
my maternal side's dead, so
no,
like
literally, they gone. I don't know what to tell you. I can't ask them. Sorry. Yeah, so no period. That's been a good thing so far. And then the endo pain, very, very what's the word? Like subsided, or I don't know what the word is, but very
like a lot
minimal.
better.
Yes, I have not had I didn't know that the endo pain was so bad until now. I'm like, oh, I have no pain at all. I just live my life.
Hmm.
Crazy. Had no idea. I think I've had one or two times since I've been on the birth control that I've told Angela, like, I think I'm having endo pain right now, but it's harder to tell and it's not bad at all. So that's been a benefit
Good.
at least. And that's what a lot of people do as like a treatment, I guess, is they use birth control as a pain management tool for their endo pain.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to do, obviously, because I would literally rather have the pain than feel like this, like shit. But, it's working out.
But either way, you're feeling like shit. So it's like, which shit
Exactly.
pile are you
Which
picking?
one's worse? Yeah. And honestly, I'd pick the endo pain at this point, which I know is not everybody, but yeah. So that has been rough. We're at an hour. I think we can keep going a little bit. Long
Hmm.
episode. Surprise, guys. So anyways, all of that to say, I've been stressed, depressed, and well dressed. Not really. Wear the same sweatsuit every for 4 days. But yeah, that's the health update. And on top of all that, I have more stress points, but Marissa's gonna give a health update first. We
Oh,
both
I
have health
just wrote
updates to
that
say.
down because I forgot that I was supposed to say this until I was
Yeah.
reading over what you just said. But I don't know what's been happening this entire year. We've already been known that I was talking about not being
Yeah.
able to sleep through the night earlier this year. And then we got Scarlet, and like obviously she disrupted
Got
my sleep
worse.
cycle a
Yeah.
little bit. But we didn't have Scarlett for 3 weeks. I forgot to talk about that when I said we went to Ireland. We sent Scarlett with our mother, like my mother-in-law, for three
Yeah.
weeks to stay with her while we like went on our trip. And like the timing just worked out that it was a really long time until we got her back.
Yeah.
But I even during that, I felt I do not feel rejuvenated when I wake up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I have this year.
Maybe
Like
it's because you're
I
a
don't
red witch.
I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm getting restful sleep. My
Yeah.
watch is saying I'm not getting restful sleep. Like I'm hardly getting REM. Like
Jesus.
I don't know what's happening
Yeah.
and I don't know how to fix it. So I was like laying in bed the other day, like just angry about it, talking to
Yeah.
Kyle. So he said that we're gonna like try a new tea, like try a
Yeah.
different wind down routine, like try
It's
and
good.
like put my phone away for like an hour before bed.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like honestly, I was just overwhelmed when we started talking about the things the other day, so I don't remember exactly
Yeah.
everything that he said that we could try.
No,
But
it sounds like
I
good
feel
stuff.
like last night obviously wasn't the time to try because like we were out late,
Yeah.
but maybe starting tonight because I do plan on waking up like pretty early tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't want to take a nap today because I do want to start
Yeah.
practicing like the things to make me have more restful sleep, but maybe I do need a nap because I'm really,
Mm-hmm.
really tired. Look
Yeah.
at my sleep from last night. This is because I was like drunk when I went to sleep
Right.
and
Oh my God.
because I just like look at all the pink when
Yep.
I woke
I
up.
see that. That's a
Like it's
lot.
so bad. But like this is a day where that was not the case. Like I went to
Oh
bed
yeah.
at like a decent time and
Mm-hmm.
like it's just all light sleep. Like look
That's
at all of
rough.
this.
Dang.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my only health
That's rough.
update.
Well, keep us abreast. Keep us posted on the
I'll
new
try.
methods, the new
I
routines.
know. Kyle said something about like getting like noise canceling headphones and
Yeah.
like because like maybe I'm just thinking that I need to like be awake for Scarlet or something. And he's like, I
Mm-hmm.
can totally help. Like if you're not getting restful sleep, like I can
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
And like getting an eye mask and stuff.
I was gonna
Like
say
who
that.
knows?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I hope it works out.
Me too.
Dang. Okay. Well, continuing on. I this section just sounds ridiculous. I wrote on top of all of that, dot dot dot. Because obviously that's my main point of stress in my life right now is that I don't feel right. Like I can tell I just don't feel like myself. Like I don't feel right. And that like makes me stressed and annoyed. And I'm like, I just want to feel my best. And I just want to feel not tired, not like I'm exhausted all the time. I'm like not even doing anything physically,
hmm
at least. But yeah, then on top of all that, I feel like I'm also, I'll just touch on these quickly and then we'll move on to the last section. But the government shut down right now. It's been shut down for the whole entire month of October, and we're already in
It's
November.
been a
And
month
it's
right
still,
now.
yeah, it's still shut down. So that's been just interesting. Like some of my friends, they're getting furloughed from their government jobs. Like it's getting tough. I think it's affecting mine and Angela's situation with he needs to go off to school at some point. It's also up in the air because literally no one's even working anymore. Like the people that were helping us with that are furloughed. Like they're like we had to leave. We're not allowed to work anymore. So it's just getting rough. So that's stressing me out. The holidays are coming up. If you guys don't know, I don't like the holidays. And now that I know I'm going to be home for the holidays, or at least I think I am, I don't like that because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be away for the holidays. We're gonna have a new apartment and like I'll just get to be free and like I'll just be with Angelo and I don't have to worry about stress and family events, whatever. Not the case anymore. So that's starting to get to me. My therapist was like, I thought you weren't gonna be here. And I was like, me too. And she's like, it's gonna be tough. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be fine. And then on top of that, the wedding. If we don't move soon for Angelo's schooling, then we don't get back in time to get married. That is a huge point of stress for me. And I just think about it a lot. So I'm just hoping, I'm just hoping it all works out. I'm really trying to not think about it all and I'm doing a good job, but I'm also just like I said earlier, kind of numb to it. So I'm just kind of like eh, just laying here all the time being stressed and also like trying to let it go. So
If you
that's
are away
crazy.
for the wedding, it's not like he can get a weekend off to get
I
married.
hope so. That's what my mom said. She was like, I was like, what are we gonna do? And my mom was like, Angela will fly home and you'll get married and then he'll fly back. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Like, I don't know why. I just
Yeah.
needed her to say that out loud. And then I was like, oh, I think I can let it, like, you're right. We figure it out. That's what my mom keeps
I mean,
telling
that's what
me.
we had to
But
do for our own wedding.
yeah, it's just like, you come in, you do it, you go home, you figure it out. It can't be perfect. So yeah. But, anyways, all of that has made my brain crazy. And I feel like nothing's in my control, which you guys know I have a control problem. So this is really just maybe it's just like my test to see if I can make
Yeah,
it,
this is your
just to
exposure
let go.
therapy.
Yeah, exactly. But all of that to say, I feel like I've had some things that I've been doing recently that are like they've been giving me life and I want to share them in case you guys need a little something because we're also heading into seasonal depression season. We've done the seasonal depression episode and if you guys feel that winter seasonal depression like I do, maybe these will
I'm
help.
heading out of mine, so
Literally, I know. You're heading into your best time. So, all right, this is long, but let's see if we can do it. So, the first thing that I've been loving, the America's Sweethearts documentary on Netflix. It was so good. This is the documentary that's about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I didn't watch it when it was popular, and then a second season just came out, I think. And I was like, I'm just sitting here. literally doing nothing, being sad every day. Why don't I watch something new? So I just put it on and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like I loved it. It was the best show. Um, but another reason I want to talk about it. So just recommend that if you need a show. But another reason I want to talk about it. Now, this is where we get a little woo woo in the episode. That's all right. I think it's
Well, I
cool.
started the woo-woo saying that I
True.
keep having my period on a full
Yes.
moon. Nobody knows what that
Honestly,
means.
it ties in pretty nicely because we're going to talk about astrology for a second, which you guys know I don't even subscribe to blah, blah, blah. I don't even subscribe to astrology that much, but then also sometimes we find things that we're like, wait, that's really interesting. And then I'm like, do I? I don't know. All that to say, okay, I was watching the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, DCC is what they call it, but watching the DCC show. And every year on Thanksgiving, Dallas does their big halftime show, I guess. I didn't know this because I don't do sports, but they always get a big performer for their halftime on Thanksgiving game. So one of the ones that they got in the show and they actually showed her and stuff was Kacey Musgraves. And it was for her Deeper Well album, which I'm not actually, surprisingly, I love country, but I'm not a Kacey Musgraves fan. So I'd never heard this song, but she has a song called Deeper Well. I think it's like the title track of her album. And I've been thinking about this because in the show, they talk about the lyrics of the song that say, "My Saturn has returned when I turned 27. Everything started to change." That's the lyrics. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And the coach of the cheerleaders was saying she really resonates with that song. And a lot of girls are at that age where their Saturn returns. I'm like, what the fuck? So apparently it's it's astrological, but Saturn takes 29 and a half years to orbit the sun. So between your age 27 to your age 30, Saturn will at some point in there return to the exact same position it was in when you were born. And so I guess in astrology, or let me say this first, it says the orbit isn't variable, but Saturn return happens over a range of ages, roughly 27 to 31, because Saturn takes 29 and a half years to orbit the sun. The exact timing depends on your specific birth chart, but most people start to feel their Saturn return kick in around age 27 or 28 and can feel its effects into their early 30s. So I calculated ours, obviously. That's where I'm going with this. But
Mhm.
there's a pre-shadow phase, and then there's the peak intensity. So many astrologers suggest you can start feeling Saturn return energy around 1 to 2 years before the exact return. So for you, this could begin as early as late 2025 or 2026. That's for me,
That'd be
Arika.
you.
Yeah.
Me, it
Peak
would be mm, uh,
math.
20. It would be
I do not know.
mid 20 or all of 2027. There
Okay,
we go.
2027. Okay, clear. And then the peak intensity, so this is when your ages 28 through 30. This is the most intense period, and it's typically when Saturn is within a few degrees of its natal position or your birth position, which usually spans several months. Saturn often goes into retrograde, so it can cross the same degree multiple times during a 1 to 2 year window. So for Erica, for me, my Saturn will return on May 3rd, 2028, which is interesting when I'm literally exactly 29 and a half years old. Because, like I said, 29 and a half years. Marissa, do you want to say
Me
yours?
too. Yeah, so the number that Erica calculated for me was my Saturn will return on August 14th, 2029, and that is 14 days before I'm 29 and a half years old.
Yeah. So it's like not perfect, obviously, because number of days in a year, all that stuff, blah, 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 but it's very close. So yeah, what does this mean though? So this is considered like by astrologers, they'll say, an initiation into adulthood. So it's a time when you have to define yourself for yourself, not for your family, not for society, not for anyone else's fantasy of you. It says, but Saturn is called the teacher of the zodiac, and it represents discipline and maturity. It's nicknamed cosmic boot camp, where you're forced to make decisions that will change your life forever. So they're saying that when Saturn returns, it's when you decide if the path you've been on is what you want or what you're supposed to be doing, or yeah, whether it's what you want or what you're supposed to do. Saturn brings up themes of responsibility, challenges, and tough lessons. So the Deeper Well song that started this all is about letting go of things that no longer serve you as you get older, like relationships, habits, old versions of yourself, whatever. So, anyways, with all the shit I just brain dumped on you guys, like the endo, the wedding stress, the tech, whatever, everything's shifting at once. I was thinking of it as like maybe it's not just chaos, maybe it's figuring out who I am. Like I'm just like, let's reframe it. Let's not let it be defining like I'm just depressed when and my life's crazy and chaos and I can't control anything, but like maybe I can. And it's time to like really get a hold of like, let's do what serves me going into my 27th
Hmm.
year. So that's my birthday tie-in for this year. Very random, very almost not me, but I was just like, that's such an interesting concept, the Saturn of it
Yeah.
all.
I listened to a podcast called Two Girls, One Ghost,
Yeah.
and I'm listening to this podcast. And like, I usually, if I find a podcast I like, I start with like their recent episodes and I'll go back to the beginning and start
Okay.
listening to like catch up to the beginning. But
Yeah.
this one I'm listening to in reverse order, which is like the weirdest thing ever. But like, I'm learning things about them like
Yeah.
opposite of how you normally would.
Right.
And they're in their early 30s. So I think that they're both like
Yeah.
32. And that means that they've both gone through their Saturn return.
Right.
But one of them talks about it a lot because she went through when she was 29 going into 30. So, like, at the time that this
Hmm.
would have been happening for her, she ended up getting divorced. She ended
Wow.
up going through this really long outpatient trauma treatment for like stuff that happened to her when she was a kid. Like she was really realizing all this trauma that she had
Yeah.
went through as a kid, and she started to seek help for it because she noticed that it was affecting her life and like her relationships. And obviously, she got divorced. She needed to restructure who she was as a person, and she was like, "My Saturn return was the most chaotic." But the most helpful thing that she'd ever gone through as a human.
Dang. That's really
So I've
interesting.
heard about it
Yeah.
a little. I didn't necessarily know like that it happens at like every 29
Yeah.
and a half years, but she was talking about how like it really rocked her for a while.
Interesting. Yeah, that's so wild. I'd never heard of it before, like the concept, but once I did, I was like, that's interesting because I have heard a lot of people in life say around that age range is when you figure yourself out and you just stop giving a shit what anyone else thinks. You just do for you. Like I've heard that a lot, especially about going into 30 in general. So it's just kind of interesting that
Hmm.
it aligns like that. So yeah, I'm in my early stages. They say 27, 28's early stages. So I was like, maybe all this chaos going on is just like setting me up for what's about to happen and
Yeah,
all the
it
choices
said
I'm
the
about to make.
pre-shadow phase, right? So
Yeah,
like maybe these are all of the things that are going to feel uncertain, but
right.
through these things you're going to get into that intensity period
Yeah,
in early 2028, and you're going to like maybe that's when you're actually going to find the times to settle down. You're going to be able to
yeah.
find who you
I
are
can
and that
breathe.
by that time.
We're
Yeah.
setting the foundation. Yeah. So that was
Yeah.
interesting.
But unfortunately for things to have a foundation, you have to be chaotic at
Yep,
first.
exactly. So that's what I'm telling myself. I'm like, nope, we're just laying the foundation for like the life we want. And that's what this is. Like,
Hmm.
it's not chaos, it's setting the bones. That's what I gotta tell myself.
Hmm.
So, anyways, yeah, I have a few more recommendations that are gonna feel really random now that I just went to that spiel. My Cricut machine. Okay, I've been doing so many DIY projects as I've been telling you guys with my Cricut machine. I've been getting creative. I just like doing stuff with my hands. I realized like I was working on these wedding boxes and I would like cut all the stuff at once on my Cricut. It, runs the mat through and it can cut it all at once. And then I would cut them out into little individual stickers. And then I would just leave them there. And the next day at work, when I needed a break, which is usually when I like go on Instagram or play a quick game on my phone or whatever, like I just need to take a second, my brain hurts. Instead of doing that, I would work on my stickers, like peel out the little pieces and peel off the edge and make it into an actual sticker instead of just paper with lines on it. Um, but anyways, it was so much better for my brain than going on Instagram. Like, oh, I'm just sitting here actually working towards something that's going to become something that I'm going to gift to someone and they're going to feel good. Like, I don't know, it's cool. So, highly recommend getting creative if you are a creative person, at least, like me. Church. This is on my recs because I've loved going to church. I feel like it's finding a community, but not even that. It's like whenever I walk in there, I'm like, so whatever that is for you guys, if you have a place where you walk in, you're just like, oh, you like let it all go, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can just be here. Like I'm not clenching my jaw right now. I'm not like squeezing my nails into my palm and like making cuts, like just all the crazy
Hmm.
things that make me stressed out. For some reason, I walk into that building every Sunday. I'm like, oh, thank God. Like I feel so relieved. So find what that is for you guys. That's my recommendation to you. And then really hone in on that and go as much as you need to go to keep your brain like sane. And then my other thing that's been keeping me sane is being with family. So I put it's really distracting, but like in a really good way. So like my mom's been coming to Columbus a lot with wedding stuff. She's like, yeah, I'll just come and we'll do this or that. We'll do a tasting, we'll go shopping, whatever. And it's so nice. It's like I'm like, oh, this is what's important to me in life, being with my family, being with my friends, time spent with them. And we don't obviously go on our phones because we're hanging out. We're like looking at stuff at the store, whatever. But I also unclench my jaw. I'm not doing my stress things. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Like, this is what real life is. So,
Mm-hmm.
all of those things have been keeping me sane. And then I have upcoming trips to look forward to. This is also my rec. If you can manage to do it, having a trip on the books is just helpful to me to like, oh, I'm looking forward to that. I'm counting down the days. Like, okay, in a couple weeks, I'll be here and it will be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been keeping me sane. I'm going to New York City in November. I'm going to Charleston, South Carolina in December. And I'm just excited. I'm going to
Yay.
be with Marissa, which is going to be cool. We never get to hang out in real life that much. So
It's
that's
gonna
going to be
be
fun.
weird because that's also our family Thanksgiving and Christmas. We're in Charleston
Oh,
because nobody's going home
no
for Christmas
way. I
this
didn't know
year.
that. Oops.
Yeah.
I'm
But I
crashing.
mean, you're invited. Like,
Thanks.
obviously, you
I'm
were given
crashing.
the invite.
Yeah.
But there
No,
will
that's
be
really
a
funny.
Christmas exchange going on while
I
you're
did not
there.
know that. That's hilarious. No, that's so fun though. I'm just excited to do like little things with good people, like I'm just excited to be around people that like you guys all like you, Natalie, my mom, my family, anyone. I always am just like, oh, I can just tell them how I feel. Like straight up.
Hmm.
Don't have to sugarcoat it. I just like, oh yeah, I'm depressed right now. And you guys are like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Like, we could just all be honest with each other and it feels good. And that's what family and friends like should be. So
I was
I'm
talking with my
appreciative.
therapist the other day and we were talking
Yeah.
about like how we approach conversations, and I'm a very blunt person.
Yeah.
Like that's just always how I have been. Like why beat around the bush if you can just get to the point? Like
Yeah.
especially if you're like obviously it's hard and it takes a long time to get to the point where you can do that, but she's
Yeah.
like, honestly, you're different than a lot of women. A lot of women like to be not beat around the bush, but they like to be a little bit more like
Yeah.
gentle with the
Yeah.
point. And she's like, it's interesting to see that like you're coming from it from like just get everything out. Like I don't care how it sounds, like just tell me what you want. And like that's how you like deliver information too. And I get it, but I also am like, why would not everybody
I know.
communicate that way? And
Yeah.
I feel like obviously like we're in a position where we can do that with each other too. Like
Yeah.
we can deliver information bluntly because like at the end of the day we know that the person's not going to judge us for the information that we
Mm-hmm.
have, but I think that's how everybody should be.
I think it's also helpful too with family. Like family bridges, yes, can be burned, but sometimes it's easier to say to your cousin or your sister or whatever just what it is, right? Whenever
Mhm.
when you have a friendship, it can be like maybe a little bit harder. I know I have like also friendships where I'm like our personality types are so different that it's a learning curve to like figure out how to
Mhm.
communicate. Like we just did at work a personality test. They had everyone at work do it. It's similar to Myers-Briggs because it's a four-letter code and it's the same setup, but it's more in a work sense. So like
Mhm.
everybody at work took it. And they put us into categories who got what personality type. So there's only two people with my personality type at work, me and my
Oh.
closest coworker and friend Michelle, which is really funny. But it tells you who you're with, and then you can click on any person that works with you. I click on my boss, I click on my other coworker Mike, and it tells me how to interact with them specifically at work based on our personalities, which is really
Oh,
cool.
that is
Um,
helpful.
but what I learned in mine and Michelle's type, which it's we were talking about this, I'm the more extreme version and she's the less extreme version. I'm very blunt, especially at work. I'm like, just this is what it is. Like, I don't want the chit chat. I don't want you to say, like, hey, Erica, how are you today? Wait for my response. I'm like, just tell me what you need. What do you want from me? I'm like, the whole
Mhm.
like small talk thing, I don't like it at work specifically. And it was just interesting to learn that because I am the only like not the only, but one of the only girls that's like that. Like you're saying, where I'm just like blunt, get to the point. I don't want to chit chat. I don't mind like having a friendship and like that kind of thing, but I don't like to mix work and I'm like, let me get all the work done
Yeah.
first, then we can have fun and talk. So he said our personality type, I think I'm an ESTJ, might be right. I don't know. But he was like, that personality type specifically is you can't play until the work's done or whatever. That's like the motto of it. And I'm like, yes, I just want to get all the shit done, be blunt, be straightforward, let's get to the end, then we can be friends. And I just thought that
Mhm.
was interesting. He was like, that's definitely hard for some people. I have people at work who are complete other side, all emotional and not as much the other stuff. My emotion
Hmm.
was like my last rated thing. It was like at the bottom. It's like, you don't care
Yeah.
about emotion. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So, anyways, that was a tangent, but this was a really long episode, you guys.
I know.
Um, I'm kind of shook because we haven't done this in a while, but thanks for listening and letting me be real with you today on my birthday episode. It's just
Yay.
a moment of honesty. So here's to another year, and whatever it brings is what I wrote on the little thing. We're just, well,
Yay.
let go, let God. Whatever you got to say, I'm just like, I'm letting go this year. We'll see what happens
Happy
between,
birth.
yeah, happy birth. I'm going to be 27, you guys. I am 27 by the time you
Yay.
hear this. It's
Old
happening.
lady.
I know. I'm like, woof. We're past the mid 20s, right?
I'm
Like
not.
late. Yes. Correction. Not yet.
Correction, not
No,
we.
you'll still be even next year. I think I would say 26 still mid, right? And then is 27
Yeah.
mid or are we
I
getting
think
late?
27 is mid 20s. It's like
Okay.
mid to late 20s. I think
28's
28,
late.
29, you're in your late
All
20s.
right, so I'm in my mid 20s still.
I think so.
A
I
little
think
bit
like
longer.
23 to 27 sounds
Okay.
like, or 24 to
24,
27
yeah.
is
Because
mid.
there's early too. Early for 2 years and late for 2 years. Everything else in between is mid.
Yeah.
I'm just mid. It's what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Anyways, follow us to stay up to date. As you guys know, we are on Instagram at We Run on Coffee. And if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, what are you doing? We need your support on YouTube. So head over to YouTube,
Weirdos.
search for We Run on Coffee. I found this new feature. I didn't even tell you this because what the hell is going on? We're so busy. But I found this new feature on YouTube where you can collaborate. Didn't know this. So now you can see our podcast on my personal channel or the podcast channel. It's the same video, same
Mm.
episode, but you can watch it from either place. So that's really cool. And yeah, so if you need to search for Arika Wads, you can search that, or you can search We Run a Coffee. You'll find it either way. So listen to us on YouTube because that's super helpful to us. And subscribe.
Yay. Yes.
All of that being said, thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking with us every week. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the next episode in December.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holiday season. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
And with that, I'm Arika.
And I'm Marissa. And we run on coffee.